Peace, everyone. This is Kaishim, a.k.a. Mailman Muscle. Once again, no fluff intro, going straight into the gym footage. Hopefully, I can share something useful for you in as little time as possible. Quick background on me, if we've never met before. I've been training for about 20 years. I've been a mailman for, 18 years? 18 and a half. I spent about 15 years competing in powerlifting, started competitive bodybuilding at the beginning of this year, 2024. I won my pro card in the OCB.
I feel they get to the delts a lot more when I kind of go through the window at the top. Are you ready?
Yep.
This weight's supposed to be right or not. Let's find out.
Push your head through.
Placed third overall in my second show a few weeks ago, and now I'm about 1 year away from my next show, which will be the OCB Yorton Cup. That's 48 weeks from the time of recording this. What you're watching is footage from my most recent upper body training session. My wife and I were obviously working out of Planet Fitness and starting with a high incline overhead press. And this was the primary shoulder movement for that day.
All right. So if I get 10 on the next one, then next time I do this, I'll go up and wait.
Okay.
All right.
And as you can tell, I'll leave in a lot of the cues that she might give me, or feedback, or some of our interaction, just so these videos don't seem so robotic or just formulaic. So in this case, that first exchange was about me realizing that in doing this exercise, I hit the shoulders even more when I push my head through at the top and kind of make sure that the bar is over and slightly behind my head at the top of each rep. So as you see, that's what I'm going for here, and it worked out pretty well.
Push, 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 push. Yep.
All right. Add 5 pounds next time.
Yep. Do you see what I'm saying about your hip hinge?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this.
All right.
I'm not gonna be able to get the reps I want before. That's kind of well.
Yeah.
So you're saying this?
The pullover. Yeah, a little bit. There.
And we train at both Planet Fitness and at Gold's Gym, as you can tell from the thumbnail of this video. If we're doing a comparable exercise at Gold's, it would be the Nautilus pullover. Planet Fitness doesn't have a pullover machine, but this kind of straight arm pullover, or I've heard it referred to as a lat prayer. This exercise is very effective at hitting the lats in a similar fashion, where you're not pulling like on this pull down machine. You're not doing a pull up, you're not doing a row. You're really engaging the lats in an isolated manner that you're not able to do on pretty much any other kind of machine. You also can tell that I'm not using a whole lot of weight. It's only 55 pounds. You can't use a lot of weight on this exercise, but you don't need to. The key is to focus on that big stretch at the top and controlling the weight. That's not to say you never should use any heavier weight. As you can see, I went straight from that exercise into these pull downs, where I'm using a lot more of the stack than I was on the pullovers. And speaking of weights, with respect to Planet Fitness and training there, the weights weigh the same as they do anywhere else. 100 pounds inside Planet Fitness is the same as 100 pounds inside Gold's, or any other gym for that matter, your body can't tell the difference because there is no difference. Now, mentally, the atmosphere in the gym might make a difference. And there is some, there's a valid point there. But if you know what you're doing, you can train hard anywhere.
Oh, God.
Still got a bunch of striations there, sir.
Need to eat.
Works at one.
Yeah.
For me, training hard means getting as much as I can out of as few sets as possible. You just heard Kimberly confirming at the start of this set that this is work set 1. And if you can tell from the captions of some of these other exercises, there's no work set 1 or 2, because if I just put work set, that's the only one that I did for that exercise. Some exercises get 1 work set, some exercises get 2. That usually depends on how much weight is being used and whether it's an isolation or compound movement.
Yep.
Oh, God, that was worse than I expected.
The whole gym is better lighting.
Scarface?
All right, that little bit of banter was just Kimberly remarking about how bright it was in that gym. It really was. And me kind of noticing at the start of the set that the music they had on in the background is from maybe one of the most famous sequences in the movie Scarface. You know, Al Pacino, 80s classic.
Push, 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 push.
Okay. I lost count in the middle of that.
I think it was 10, but we can count it.
Good thing we record this stuff.
We both too old to remember.
Yeah. Sadly, yeah.
Put your head up.
I think it's worth mentioning what my training split is like also, so you understand that this is not the only upper body workout that I do. Actually, it's not exactly upper body and lower body. I have an upper lower split that has been modified really to a torso and limb split. So this day would be a torso day, meaning chest, back, shoulders, and abs. The limbs day is basically arms and legs, and occasionally some side delts on that limbs day also. I might also do extra abs on limbs day or extra calves on torso day.
That head down is a horrible habit.
Oh.
You're gonna strain your neck one day doing that.
Plus, I feel it. I think it must be like an innate cheat thing, because I feel in the delts more when I sit up straight.
That's the
Keep
point.
my head up. Yeah, so it must be a cheat, that
Yeah.
you just naturally do. Well,
Yeah.
I'm naturally doing.
Yeah, it's a horrible habit. You should cut it out.
Thank you. I'll try my best.
At this point, Kimberly and I had split up because while I am on a torso limb split, she is on more of a traditional upper lower split, wherein she does direct arm exercises on her upper body day, and I don't. I do my direct bicep tricep stuff along with legs. So this upright row is for some extra side delt work. If you're trying to hit just your side delts, Upright rows or lateral raises are probably the bread and butter for that. I don't like doing laterals with dumbbells as much as I do some of the good lateral raise machines. They don't have lateral raise machines at Planet Fitness, but doing the upright row in the Smith machine works very well. They have some fixed barbells at Planet Fitness you could use for upright rows. They also have dumbbells or even a cable that you can use. But for me, Smith machine's the best. I will say that I took a bit of a gamble that I probably shouldn't have in terms of the sequence of these exercises, because Planet Fitness doesn't have that many Smith machines. They typically have either 4 or 6 of them. They all have 4 with the angled track that you can see me using here. And I've noticed that many of them, they've added 2 with vertical tracks, straight up and down, that the weight goes on. They can be hard to come by. So I should have done the shrugs and the upright rows immediately after I did the overhead press at the beginning. That way I could have done everything I needed to do on the Smith machine and been done with it. So if I had to come back to it, or rather, I wouldn't have had to come back to it. Often, and you go to Planet Fitness and you're trying to get a Smith machine, you're going to have to wait. So it's always good to have a plan A and a plan B, and maybe even a plan C. That's for any gym, but especially one that has very limited equipment. You want to make sure that you have ways around not having access to it.
Ready to do abs?
So we were ready to do abs, but apparently not ready to record abs because we didn't record any of it. So we did them, and then she was finished at that point. That was the last thing she had to do. I still wanted to hit back and chest one more time each. So I did a set of pull-ups at the very end, and then followed this up with a set of dips. And this is the start of a new training cycle for me. Again, I just competed in a show 2 weeks ago. So I'm still figuring out how I want to place things and do things within each workout. I think going forward, I'll put the pull-ups earlier in the workout. I think I would rather prioritize them over the pullovers and the pull downs. If anything, I'd like to do multiple sets of the pull-ups and then maybe just one set of the pullovers and dips. I'm sorry, one set of the pullovers and pull downs. So this set of dips is going to be the finisher for the day, meaning that this is going to be the last exercise in this video as well. So I want to thank you for taking the time to watch it, and I'm going to ask you to please leave feedback in the comments about what other topics you'd like to see me cover, or leave questions that you'd like to see me answer, and I can answer them directly in the comment section, or if it requires a more involved answer, I might make a video about it. Also, please click like, click subscribe, and please share the video. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps the channel quite a bit. Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right, let's go home. All right.